10:13 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today's date 9/8/2012. And what do we have here? What are we gathered here for? XAU.X. These are the gold and silver. And with the Chinese trying to come back on board with their economy, failing economy, is that these names have been out of favor and been extreme bear moves. However, I'm going to show that there's a couple of names in here that we like. One is FCX. It's finally starting to make that down move. It got cheap. When the Chinese come back on board and these commodities start working again, FCX, gold and silver, will play with the GLD and gold itself. GOLD is the leader that we like in here. That is one that we really trade a lot because it is the leader in here. So we've got GOLD that we like in this particular group, and I will do that gold chart in a minute. What I would like people to understand as far as the MMT status goes is how we have come off of the bottom, and some of the beaten down names in here that have performed have actually ran the overall broader names as a combined value of the names here with the leadership names have ran this above the 200-day simple moving averages, and that it's acting real nice. So we're going to focus on in the sector, GOLD is the highlight, FCX is the highlight of this sector, and the XAU is performing extremely well. Money has moved in there. I will give a quick snapshot on the GLD as reference so that you can see the similarities. Is that gold has been performing extremely well in itself. And what I would like to show people here is this high right here got back up to 169. Now I'm going to blow this up so that you can see the history of how this GLD is performing and outperforming. We are right back to where we got the lows, and we said that this was buyable down here because gold was real cheap. And the risk on and risk off, when you price gold in different currencies around the world, dollar gold, you have various other currencies in gold. Right now, the dollar gold is going to be performing. We're going to look and see all the way back up here is where the GLD, and it's an ETF, and I'm showing this as reference, this very GLD as to the gold and silver sector. You can see that they've both been breaking out together. That's above the 200-day moving average. The GLD is above the 200-day moving average. We like this as a bull sector. It's a great place to have as a hedge with the market because they've been going back in here, and these breakouts can break these highs very easily. Even though in the shorter term cycle, you have to be a little bit careful at the resistance levels. Let them pull back, buy the pullbacks, and sell the next higher highs in the ETF, the GLD. Now, back to the XAU here. We will feature this stock that goes in here, so it's kind of like there's a few things that go in here. This is the name that's gone right back up here, and it's gone straight up from where we started covering it. It's above all the moving averages. This is the leader, GLOD, gold, in the sector. So we always go for the leadership, and you can clearly see that when they gap up, it was a 5-day burn to resistance levels. What we would tell our MMTs is to set our alerts for these pullbacks. Here's one support level. Here's another support level, which would be the lower end of that level, and ultimately right down here in this name. Meaning that in the short term, it's performed well on a 5-day level, along with the GLD, along with gold in general, and along with some of the other names. It's gone straight up here to the wall of resistance levels. What we will say is buy the pullback and sell the rip. And once again, you can see here where the gold GLD, that this is one that helps lead that GLD ETF higher. So it takes the leadership to move this as a combination of everything else that's involved in the GLD and the XAU.X. So once again, the gold bugs, hey, listen, This is where the money is. This is where the bull is setting up. This is where we'll be looking at for the opportunities in the short term.